Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another reading vlog where I'm gonna be letting a random number generator choose the books that I read. So I've done videos like this a few times before, and basically I use my Goodreads TBR and choose 3 books from there, and like the main goal is to get me to read the books that have been on my TBR for like a very long time and that I have either like completely forgotten or are not like on my priority list. And obviously like it's a random number generator, so it could give me like books that I added recently, but that is a risk. But the goal is to read books that have been here for some time. And so here is my Goodreads TBR, and I have 183 books, and so this is my wheel, and it seems that the last time I used it I had 194, so we have 11 less books, so that's great. And yeah, let's choose our first. Oh, also before we actually choose the books, if we land on a book that I have like a specific like plan for, like a video plan for that book, I'm not gonna be reading that book in this video, but otherwise we're just gonna go with whatever book we get. Okay, so the first book we have is 132, which is not like that, far down. 132 is the beginning of a series, which is not what I wanted, but it was very likely to happen because a lot of the books that I have on my TBR, I mean, you can see from the screen that is here right now, are beginnings of series. So, that was likely to happen, but I did not want that to happen. I think that is fantasy. It is fantasy and horror. I mean, it sounds fun. It's just not exactly what I was looking for. But okay, so we have our first book, which is The Black Tongue Thief. And we are going to spin again to see what book we get next, and hopefully it won't be the start of another series. That would really not be ideal because I'm already in the middle of so many series. Okay, 120 is sort of close, so 120 is in fact the start of another series. That's great. That's so fun, which I assume is also fantasy. Yeah, okay. No, yeah, for sure. The Art of Prophecy. That is, again, not what I wanted. Like, starting another series was bad enough. Starting 2 series, if he gives me another series, I might just spin again, because I don't want to be starting so many series. Also, everything's fantasy, and like I wanted, a mix of genres. 164. That's really not, down. That is the start of another series. We're not going to do that, okay? We are ignoring that pick, and we are going to spin again. Okay, 43, that's down there. We're gonna have to scroll for a little bit. And what did I say? 64? Was that it? No, 43. Nothing to do with 64. 43 is The Devil All the Time, which I'm assuming is a horror book. I have no idea what this book is. Like, I don't remember at all adding it to my TBR, but it is in fact horror. Okay, for sure. So we have 2 fantasy books that are the start of 2 new series, which I am not exactly excited about. I mean, they might be great, I might love them, they have high ratings, but that's not what I wanted, like I said a million times. And we have 1 horror book. So yeah, I'm gonna start like with one of the fantasies, then I'll read the horror book in the middle, and then I'll go to the second fantasy book. I think that sounds like a plan. So I think I will start with The Black Tongue Thief, since it was the first that was chosen. And okay, let me just check actually how many books are in the series. Okay, so so this one has like this book and a prequel, I guess, that was published after. Okay, not bad, not bad. And the other one has 3 books, also not bad. I'm in the middle of way bigger series, so not too bad. But anyway, let's get into actually reading. Okay, so I am halfway, or 49%, almost halfway through the Black Tongue Thief, which is fantasy. And we start following Kinch, and he is a thief, and he does, in fact, have a black tongue. I think there's like a whole group of people, they have black tongues. And because like we've gotten a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of information about the world and like different kinds of people and beings and stuff. And he is, like I said, a thief, and he actually owes a lot of money to the Takers Guild. I think that's what it's called. And he also has like a bit of magic that he learned from the guild, I think. And he, robs people, as thieves do. But one day he tries to rob the wrong person. And so he tries to rob Galva, who is a knight, and she is looking for her missing queen. And, being a knight, obviously, she fights. He obviously can't really rob her, but then they actually like join forces and they go like on this journey together. And, through their journey, we, like I said, learn a lot about the world, and we see them go through a lot of like dangerous situations. And actually, like, they go on like a ship, which is super fun. I love when like characters are on a journey on a ship. I think it's super fun. But I mean, if what's fun for me, it definitely wasn't fun for them, because once again, very dangerous, like creatures, So yeah, once again, they are in danger. There have been a lot of action scenes that were really, really fun. Again, for me, not for the characters. And we've also learned that there has been like a war with goblins. And actually, I think Galva is like a survivor from the war with the goblins. But like, it's not like the goblins don't exist anymore. Like they're still there. And actually, when I got to the halfway mark, like when I stopped, basically I knew danger has, entered the scene. New danger has appeared for them. And yeah, I'm having fun. I'm not like, obsessed with a book, but it's not like I can't put it down, but I am having fun. Like I said, there have been a lot of fun action scenes, and we've seen a lot of different creatures and different types of people as well, and we've seen magic. Oh, and also there's a cat. How could I forget? There's a cat. But it's like a very special cat. Or like, not exactly the cat is special, but there's something happening that involves the cat that is, special, different, magical. So yeah, there is a sort of magical cat, which is super fun as well. And Kinch was given like a mission, a quest, sort of. And yeah, they're still on their journey. They are, like I said, gonna face a new danger, I assume, from the last thing that I read. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm liking to learn about the world. I'm liking to follow these characters because it's like very fun and very funny, even though, dangerous. But that's like the best mix for me is like dark and funny. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm having fun. Like I said, I'm not, absolutely obsessed with it, but I am having quite a lot of fun. So, so far so good. It's going well. So I am gonna finish the book and I will be back. But, the first book is going well, so I have expectations for this video, because I don't really know, or I didn't really know anything about any of the books going in, and I started reading this book like blind. I had no idea what it was about. I must have read the synopsis at some point, but obviously, because like they were in my TBR, but didn't remember anything. So yeah, went into it absolutely blind, had no idea what to expect, but so far it's going well. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this book. Okay, so I finished the Black Tongue Thief, and I think like at the halfway mark update, I said that like they were encountering a new danger, and so we basically saw how they dealt with that new danger, and that led to some more really cool action scenes, and then we learn like even more about the history of the world, and also about the like other magical creatures and about the magic itself. And we continue to follow obviously the characters on their journey, on their mission, and we got, you know, some reveals as well about like what they were, you know, trying to do, and like the people that were connected to it. And I really liked it. I still really enjoyed the plot, the characters, the world, and I really, really, really liked the like all of the scenes that we got like in the sea, in the ships. Absolutely loved, and especially like when they were being attacked like by sea creatures. Absolutely love that, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I didn't, you know, absolutely love it, but I definitely did enjoy it, and it's somewhere between 3.5 and 4 stars, but I'm leaning more towards 4 stars, which would probably, you know, be a 4, but I will, you know, give my final rating at the end, but probably it will be 4 stars. And I don't know when like the next book of the series will come out, but I'm definitely interested to read it. And I definitely want to read the prequel, because like there is a prequel out, and it's about Galva, like her past, and I'm very, very interested to read that. And like especially because we obviously follow Kinch and Galva, but it's like all from Kinch's POV, so I'm definitely very curious to read a book like from her POV, and like how different everything is gonna be, and like her story itself. I am really, really interested in reading like from what we learned in this book about her. I think it's gonna be really, really, really cool, and also like really, really sad at the same time, like tragic, but also really cool, and a lot of action scenes for sure. And yeah, I had a good time. I enjoyed it. Like I said, probably 4 stars. And so yeah, that is our first book done, and you know, so far so good. And so I'm gonna go into the next book, which is The Devil All the Time. And I know that it's a horror book, but I don't know like anything about the plot. Obviously I must have read the synopsis at some point to add it to my TBR, or you know, maybe not. Honestly, I can't be sure. But yeah, I'm gonna read half of that book and I will be back. Okay, so I am 51% into our second book, The Devil All the Time, and like there's a lot happening. There are a lot of characters that we're following, and we're also following them like throughout a long period of time. We've just like in some cases we've seen like generations already, like 2 generations. So there's a lot happening. I'm a bit overwhelmed, but I'm gonna tell you about the main ones that we're following. So one of the first characters that we start following is Willard, and he is a veteran that has come back like from the war, and he meets a girl and ends up, you know, marrying her, but she gets like really sick. She has cancer, she's dying, and he starts making sacrifices and like pouring blood on his prayer log to try to save her. Then we have Carl and Sandy, who are like a couple, and they are, you know, serial killers, and they just go after people, and just like taking photos of them is part of their ritual to kill them. We also have Roy and Theodore, and they are a like priest and guitarist duo, and they've also, you know, committed some crimes, and they are on the run from the law. And finally we have Arvin, who is Willard's son, and he's also like struggling, going through some things. And yeah, so these are like the main characters I think that we're following so far, but there are a lot of other like smaller plot lines that are like connected to these characters. And we've also seen how some of these characters are connected, but I assume we will see like even more connections and there will be even more characters in the second half. But yeah, like there's a lot happening and like I'm enjoying it ish. There's been like some definitely horrifying scenes, like in I guess a good way because this is a horror book. But I'm not, loving it. But that is I think my fault because this is not like my favorite kind of horror. I usually don't love these types of horror books where we have just like like real life horror, like really horrible people doing horrible things because like most of the characters in this book are just horrible people doing horrible things. And not just like from the main characters, I mean from like every single character that has appeared, like even minor characters. Most of them are just really shitty. And yeah, it's just not my favorite kind of horror. I usually like more, supernatural kind of horror, like other beings, creatures like ghosts, monsters, vampires, So yeah, I feel like this is like my fault, not the book's fault. Because like I've seen some great reviews for it, and I assume like if I like this kind of horror, I would maybe be loving it, but it's just not the kind of horror that I usually love. And yeah, I am definitely not loving it, but I'm also like not hating it. It's being okay. And also like from the reviews I've seen, people say that like how everything comes together in the end, like all the connections are great. So I am excited to see that because the way that some of these characters and like plot lines, the way that we've already seen that they are connected, like are already cool. So I am excited to see like how everything is connected and comes together. But like yeah, it's looking okay. I'm liking it, but I am definitely not loving it. But yeah, I am excited and I am going to finish it. Okay, so I finished The Devil All the Time, and we continue to follow, the main characters that we were following before and like a couple new characters. And I did actually really like how everything came together, like how all the characters and all the plot lines and all the stories connected. I actually did really like it. So like the reviews that I had seen that said that, the way that everything connected was really good. Like I completely agree. I think that it was really good. Like from all the characters that we were following like closely, I think I said it like almost every character in this book sucked, and I stand by that. There's only one character that I actually liked. And like I said, this was not my favorite kind of horror, or it is not my favorite kind of horror. So, it would never be like my, perfect horror book because I do, like I think I said, I prefer like supernatural horror rather than just, bad people doing bad things to each other. But yeah, I did like how it all came together, and like I was invested in like what was happening. I was invested in the different plot lines and was really excited to see how everything was gonna connect. So like I still like enjoy the book, but I definitely didn't love it. And I was gonna give it like 3 stars, and like depending on how much I like the ending, but I did, like I said, like the ending. So I think I'm actually gonna give it 3.5. So yeah, I still enjoyed it, just not, I didn't love it, but I still enjoyed it. I still think it was good, even if it wasn't exactly my type of horror. And yeah, we are gonna go to our third and final book for this video, which is The Art of Prophecy, I think, which is fantasy. It's the start of a fantasy series. I don't remember now how many books were in the series, but I know that I saw in the beginning. I just, forgot. But yeah, now I'm gonna start reading that book, and I will come back when I read the first half. am halfway through The Art of Prophecy, and this is the first book in the War Arts, maybe, series, and it is fantasy. And so, in this world, it was like prophesized that a hero will be born and will defeat basically their like big enemy, who is like kind of like half human, half god or something like that, from like another nation. And so it was prophesied that, you know, that hero will be born, and he was born, and he's a boy called Jian, and he, you know, has been supposedly like trained to be this hero to kill that enemy. But when Taishi, who is like a very, you know, famous, renowned warrior, when she goes to basically examine Jian, she realizes that he actually like doesn't have what it takes. Like he wasn't really trained. He was basically just spoiled like his entire life until now. He's just a really spoiled kid, and he like every time he's like sparring with someone, they just let him win to like feed his ego, but he's actually like not as good as he needs to be. So she decides to, you know, stay there to train him herself. But then it seems that like everything that they thought was true is actually wrong. Like the prophecy itself seems to not be entirely correct. And like, you know, a bunch of things happen, and they have to like leave where they were. And then we also start following Salminda, who is from like that other nation that had like that enemy, and she is like on her own quest. And like in the beginning, I was very invested. I was really into like all of this. I was really interested in the character, especially Taishi. Like she is an absolute icon, and like even John, like he's already growing on me. And like also Salmina, like we haven't gotten like as much from her, but also like she is a very interesting character for sure as well. So like in the first third, probably like yeah, the first 30%, I was like absolutely obsessed. I was so invested. Like now, maybe the last 20%, like I'm still enjoying it. Like I'm definitely still enjoying it. But I feel like, you know, they're all doing, you know, their thing, which I'm sure will be, you know, relevant, will be important. But I'm not like as interested in what's happening now as I was, you know, in the beginning. But I am still enjoying it, and I'm really liking to, you know, learn about the world, because like we are exploring different areas. We are learning more about like the, you know, prophecy, about their religion. So yeah, I'm really liking to learn about the world. I'm really liking, like I said, to get to know these characters and to follow them. And yeah, I'm definitely having fun. I'm definitely enjoying. I'm definitely invested, but like I'm not loving it as much as I was in the beginning. But still, I'm definitely having a really good time, and I'm very excited to read the second half. And I hope it will, you know, give me the feeling of the beginning, you know, again, because I really want to love it, because I really was enjoying it in the beginning. So yeah, so far so good. So I am going to finish it, and when I come back, I will have, you know, my last thoughts on this book, and also the final ratings for all three books for this video. Okay, so I finished The Art of Prophecy, and I really, really liked it. It definitely got back to the excitement that I had like in the beginning of the book, and we got to like really explore a lot of that world. Like we went through various places and various like cultures and people, and we also got to learn a lot about their like politics and also their religion. And we also got to explore like their like relationships with new people, their dynamics with new people. And I really liked it. I really liked the characters as well. Like even Jun, who I really didn't like in the beginning, he really grew on me. Actually, way faster than I expected. And I mean, Taishi definitely like was my favorite character. But I did like the three, like the main three that we were following. And it's kind of hard because they're like on two opposite sides of a conflict. Like Jun and Taishi are on one side, and then Selminda is on another side. Like they're enemies, and like it's hard because like I kind of want to root for all of them because I like all of them, but I doubt that they're all gonna win because like I said, they are enemies. And like if I did have to choose one side just based on like my favorite characters, I would choose Taishi and Jun, but I still do really like Salminda, so yeah, it's definitely hard. And I am definitely concerned, worried, but also excited to continue the series because I definitely want to continue and want to see where the story goes, where the characters go. And yeah, I did really like it. I had a great time. I really enjoyed, like I said, the plot, the world, the characters. I really liked everything. And yeah, definitely had a really good time. And I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. So yeah, this was definitely very successful because I gave the Black Tongue Thief 4 stars, The Devil All the Time 3.5 stars, and then The Art of Prophecy 4 stars. So clearly I liked all the books. So I think this might actually be the most successful video I've done of letting the random number generator like choose my reads, because usually there's at least like one book I don't, really like as much, or they're all like just okay, like 3 stars, but these are actually all like really fun. I had, a good time with all of them. Like obviously I did like the two fantasies more than like the Devil All the Time, but it was 3.5 stars, which is still a pretty good rating. So, I still obviously like the book. And like I said, I think like with that book specifically, like I'm the problem and not the book because it's just not my preferred kind of horror. So, definitely not the book's fault. But either way, I had a good time with all the books, like I was saying. So this was very successful. I am very happy because not only did I get like 3 books like from my TBR that I wouldn't have read anytime soon if it wasn't for this video, I also enjoyed all of them. So I am very happy with this, and I definitely will continue to make more of these videos in the future. But that is everything for this one. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!